This is coffee, tea, and conversation, right? Consciousness. This is coffee, tea, and consciousness. I'm Anne.
This tells you exactly where this is gonna go. I'm Mel, and this is us in a nutshell. Here's the thing, why would you wanna listen to this? We're gonna talk about spirituality, we're gonna talk about awakening, we're gonna talk about, trying to live in a conscious manner, and we're gonna tell you all the ways that we cannot do technology.
Yep, yep, yeah.
So that's
I'm a
good.
little nervous. hmm
Yeah, that's okay. Did I already say I'm Mel?
Yeah, you did. Sure did. Sugar.
Okay, Annie, start us
All
off.
right.
What are we doing? What are we gonna why do you wanna listen? Other than we are really a couple of nut jobs. I wanted to call us 2 douchebags just trying to get by in life.
hmm 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 I think we want to talk about the journey we've been on of our awakening and our healings and the things that we have experienced and learned, things that we still have a lot of questions about because this universe is vast and obviously we're never going to know it all. But different things that have, I don't know, that pique our curiosity.
And I would like to
And
say
doing this journey while being a
alone.
human.
And doing
Oh,
this journey alone is hard.
yeah, yep. We've been friends for 25 years.
That makes me smile. Yeah. So we've been friends for 25 years. We happen to have had our spiritual awakening at a similar time because
Mhm,
my therapist, because I was insane, um,
mhm,
my therapist told me I should read the book The Secret.
yep,
And it blew my head off. And it was at first all about manifesting. It really was. Like it was really all about manifesting, but it
mhm,
showed me how vast, how connected things are, how big things are.
mm,
And Annie, she had hers at the same time. And if
yeah,
we didn't have it together, I don't know. I mean, obviously we would have made it because we would have,
mhm,
but it would have been much harder. So we're hoping to build a community of people who want to discuss things about their awakening.
yeah,
And
and things that they're going through and what we're going through, what we've learned, and everyone's journey is different. There's always pieces that you can kinda see from your journey and somebody else's journey, but everybody is different, obviously. What we come here to learn is different,
it is not a
and it's
awakening
not a
isn't a one
one
size
this
fits
is
all.
yeah, yeah, and how, like, The Secret was the piece, but then it doesn't teach you about, like, your beliefs and how your beliefs can, hold you back from some of the things that you are wanting or desiring in life, and how you kind of unknot the knot of your belief and where
Yeah.
it comes from and, healing from it. Most of it comes from childhood, and
And
it's
some of it
usually
comes from a past life
yep, yep.
that we did not know about until we had our awakening in 2010.
Was it then? I still can't remember.
My youngest Walter was born in 2009 and we had it the following year.
Okay. I'll go with that.
That's the only reason I remember. That's the only reason I remember. He was like 1.
Mhm, mhm.
And in the last I would think that I should be a master by now.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Nope, we are still in the fuck shop show.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. This last year has been or for me, it's been the last 2 years has been like a complete ramp up, um, of it's almost like what people call a midlife crisis, but it's not. It's, finally coming back to yourself and discovering who you really are and
So
taking the
spirit
mask off.
yeah, and so spirit showed it to me like a swing because I would call it my nervous breakdown last year, and it was just it was one big chink in my chain that got dropped. So spirit showed it to me like you're born and your swing is swinging, right? Like an old school metal swing.
Mhm.
And then life and everyone else's beliefs and school and
Decidedly.
friends and
Yep.
society, and it jinks your chain up where the rubber part of your swing is like at the very bottom of the metal bar at the top of the swing set, and you can't
Mhm,
swing. And then when you start to let it be unraveled, your kinks start to right? The kinks in your chain start to unkink, but then you feel way off balance because one
Mhm.
side might be longer than the other, and how hard it is to keep your focus, which I'm really terrible at, but how to keep your focus on where you're heading instead of how off balance you are. And I had
Yeah.
a big chink in my chain that dropped last year, and it sent me into a tizzy.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
anyway, so it's hard. So we're
Mhm.
here. We're hoping that to build a community of people who are going through some things, and
Mhm.
they're doing it
'Cause some
in
things
real life.
well, and some things are unless a person has similar to beliefs, like we like to call it the woo-woo, it's hard to sometimes deal with the outside world
Or your
too,
husband,
you know?
or your husband or partner.
Or your kid look at you like you're fucking nuts. Um, yeah, my husband thinks I'm whatever, and I don't know that I care anymore. I
Nah,
think I've
that
gotten over that.
that's okay.
But it can it changes relationships, that's for sure. Because this last year has been a big marriage shift in
Right, for
our
you.
yeah. So, anyway, it's nice to have people to talk to. We like to talk about a lot of stuff. And some of it might be trying for you to hear, because we are a little
No, we're
I don't know.
batshit crazy.
Yeah.
We fall into the other side completely,
Y yeah, so
and we'll talk
it
about it.
might,
Might
or
be
it might be like a not a trigger, but, it might be some way expand your way of thinking or, who knows? It'll be fun. That'll be sure for sure.
it is gonna be a good
Mhm,
time. So
mhm.
that is coffee, tea, and consciousness, or
Yeah.
coffee, tea, and conversation. Annie loves coffee.
I do. I
I
actually have
love
some.
tea.
Mhm,
And I will tell you a little story about how I used to love coffee. So
mhm,
when we first had our awakening, we would listen to Hay House Radio.
mhm.
How we listened to Hay House Radio.
Louise
And
Hay.
oh, Louise Hay, and now apparently she did some real naughty stuff, but
Mm,
humans are still humans.
yep.
Listen, we are humaning. I ain't judging.
Mhm,
Naughty and not. But I'm standing at my kitchen window washing dishes, and I'm listening to a show on Hay House Radio, and they're talking about addiction.
mhm,
And I love to eat. I love treats, I love breads, and so I just sort of say in my little heart, in my little mind, "Spirit, if there's anything I'm addicted to, have it. I don't want it. I really don't
mhm,
want it." Like, we'll cry a lot because I wanna cry thinking about it. I do not want that.
mhm,
And then what I found out was I was addicted to coffee. So from that day on, I have never been able to take a sip of coffee since. And that was back
Just
in 2012. I used to have my own carafe that I brought with me everywhere. I loved coffee.
mhm,
I drank coffee. I didn't know what to do. As a matter of fact, at first, I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was seeing this therapist, Dr. Townsend, and I called him. I'm like, "Hey, I need to see you. Like, emergency. Something's wrong with my brain." And he had been helping me through my awakening, and I go in and he's like, "What's going on?" And then, "How do you notice?" "Well," or "What's different in your day? Walk me through your day." Okay. Well, it used to be I could drink coffee, but Jimmy
mhm,
decided that he was gonna change my coffee beans to something yuck, and I can't drink coffee anymore. I haven't had coffee in days. And he's like, "Yeah, have you asked him if he did that?" "Yeah, of course he said no, he didn't. He just didn't wanna spend money on good coffee beans." That was what I
mhm,
thought, and this was after I had that thought about I don't wanna be addicted, take any addiction
mhm,
away. Now, I know that it doesn't work like that for everyone. That's true,
mhm,
right? Like, I'm not this is my experience, and,
mhm,
I'm like, "That motherfucker," and I talk to spirit like we are best friends, and I say "fuck her" all the time.
mhm,
And I remember pausing in that therapy session saying, "He" out loud, "Motherfuckers, how could you take coffee away? Like, I have 5 kids. Coffee keeps me going. You don't even know, like, I've had headaches. I was going through withdrawal is what I was doing. Like, I was
mhm,
going through caffeine withdrawal, and it makes you actually sick. It's really horrible.
mhm.
I didn't know I was addicted, and that was in 2012, and the reason I know is because that year we went to Florida, took our kids to Disney, and we were in Animal Kingdom, and all I wanted was a warm cup of coffee because it was kind of getting yuck in the afternoon, and it was gonna rain, and I wanted a cup of coffee, and I couldn't drink it, and I didn't know what else to drink. I stopped drinking. I drank nothing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to drink. I drank coffee all day long. Now I don't have coffee. So, I mean, sometimes you get what you wish for. In my little heart of hearts, Spirit took that was they were terrible. Those bitches took that shit away. And then it was years later, we were at a blueberry farm and they have this blueberry flavored coffee. And I was like, oh, I'm sure I can drink coffee now. No, I can't.
Mhm,
I've never been able, right? Like, so that was, so our experience was sometimes pretty intense, I would say.
mhm,
Sometimes, sometimes fun. Annie, at the beginning, we were finding shit everywhere. I couldn't think
yeah,
of what something I wanted without it dropping in my lap. It
mhm.
was bananas. It was bananas. Annie got this
Well, I
dog,
started
Riker.
walking the beach. Yeah, I started walking because we lived in Michigan at the time and walking Lake Michigan, and my big thing was show me the lake glass, like sea glass. And so I would go and I would walk out of there with pockets full of glass. It's still in my cupboard.
She would lose
Um,
days on the beach. We'd be like, "Where
yeah,
how the fuck are you it's down there? It's been, like, 8 hours, still
yeah. I
walking the
would go
beach."
from the time the kids went to school till I had to get home for them. I just would walk and walk. That was my happy place.
She and her spirit dog, Riker.
Mhm. Yep.
Mhm. Who's now, tapping his fingers at her other dog like, "Hey, dogs, listen up. We got work to do. You gotta
And
behave
they're
for Annie."
and they're like, "Fuck off."
Yeah. Riker's up there like
Uh-huh.
like a spirit conductor with his little
Mhm,
those little
mhm.
conductor sticks. I don't even know what they're called.
Yeah, these dogs that are in our life, they're like, yep,
No,
no,
thank you. Yeah.
yep."
So
Yeah,
we've
so
yeah, so we wanna talk about that. We wanna share that stuff with you. We would love it if you're interested and share things with us.
mhm,
And we'd like to build community. We're thankful. I'm thankful that I had Annie to go through this with. It would have
yeah,
been horrible to go through it on my own.
yeah,
I don't know how people do it when they go through it. My heart breaks for them. That's gotta be really, really hard.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
it was hard with Annie. It would have
mhm,
been I can't
yeah,
imagine. I'm just so appreciative of that. We had that together.
yeah, yeah, me too. That was,
That was a ride.
yeah, yeah,
Annie would
and
go back there all the time. She's like, "I would go back there. My god, it was too intense for me."
mhm. Well, because there would be times when, like, I would feel disconnected completely, even though you know that you're not, but I wasn't in the whereas that time, it was like, oh my god, that was like a whole new world opened up, the possibilities, I guess,
Yeah.
of what could be, because I
Someone
never thought of it like that.
Someone explained it like when you first have your awakening, it's like this rubber band that has been stretched, stretched, stretched so tight. And then all of a sudden you have an awakening and it lets go. And it's like
Mm.
all these things like flash into color. Like we were living in a black and white
Yes.
world. And then we were living in what do you call it? What is it? Disco color? What is it? Techno color?
Techno. Yeah.
Techno color. So are going to be, some of them will be structured. Right?
Mhm.
Some are gonna be around things that we've learned, like Annie and I have a soul contract.
Mhm.
We'll talk about soul families. Annie and her husband are in a soul family from our
Mhm.
understanding. Um,
Yeah.
we'll talk about sometimes just life stuff, trying to stay conscious in a world that is, um, you know,
Or
not
or
always.
there's the yeah, or there's the I wanna see it from a spiritual side, but then I'm looking at it also in the human side and how they're so contradictory and, like, working through that, like 'cause you still have emotions. I mean, that's why we came here is to Earth is to experience our emotions, but then you try not to get too caught up in the emotions of whatever the thing is,
Yeah.
right? You try and see it because everything there is a reason
Like on the day that
for most
Spirit said
things.
I was gonna win the lottery and I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
That really made me
Yeah.
mad. Or the day Spirit said I was gonna win the lottery and I did, and I won $10. And I was
Mhm.
I was really appreciative and also
Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
sent me to this very specific gas station, all the things.
Mhm.
Oh, you gotta be joking. What is
Well,
happening?
that was like because I when we first had the awakening, I wanted to, win the Publishers Clearinghouse. And, like,
And did you?
last year or the year before no. And so the last year, whatever, they were like, "Oh, look out your window." It was supposed to be the day when they were gonna be giving a prize out, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I shouldn't take a shower, I should wait." Nothing fucking happened.
No. So, spirit,
Mm.
we've discovered, sometimes has quite the sense of humor.
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've discovered that guides can be really, really stern.
Mhm,
They're not very playful, spirit guides. From my experience with them, they're
mhm,
not very playful. I experience them in ways that I can do. I see things and hear things and know things
mhm,
and can connect with people who've passed away, guides, your higher self, and just energy of an experience. And Annie she also can, but she does it in a different way than I do.
mhm,
But, when guides will talk to me and they'll talk sort of through me, I sound like I am such a dickhead. So Annie's been like, "Well, can't they loosen up or can't you get funnier?" And so then they try to make a funny in there, and it just comes
mhm,
out really wrong. Or
mhm.
not wrong, but,
Yeah,
like, super off. So,
yeah. They're
yeah,
not comedians.
they're
Mhm.
not comedians.
But then so one thing that happened is, a cat came into my life
Oh,
named
yeah.
Eddie,
This is how
and,
spirit works.
yeah, so my daughter and I were going to wherever, and, I'm going down the road, my road, and there's a kitten sitting in the middle of the street, and I'm like, "Why the hell didn't it move?" And so I stop the car, I get out, he comes, like he just sits there, and so I pick him up and go to the neighbors' houses to see if it's their cat. No, it was a feral mom that had it, a litter of kittens, and, realized that he's blind. And so I didn't want a cat. I was allergic to cats. I take allergy medicine every single day. And, so he took him to the vet, and I'm like, "Well, I guess we're gonna keep him because who's gonna want a blind cat?" And he's the most amazing thing. Come to find out, it was their message was, "You" what is it? It's that he's here to show me that you don't have to see where you're going to get where you're going. Like, because I always wanna see things and know things before I do a thing, and he's my guide to show me that that isn't necessary.
And all I
But
wanna say is they
who the
really need
hell
to
would
come
have
up with a
ever
better
guessed
plan than
that?
that. Right. They need to
Yeah,
come like, if they're gonna send the cat, they should send the cat with a
a
billboard
note
or write a
that says
note that says, "This is what the cat's here for." Yeah,
yeah.
because we don't know
And
what
he
that
isn't
means.
he's incredible, like, he's amazing. And I love him to death, and he can get there's times when you're like, "Is he really blind?" And, I mean, as we're looking at the whites of his eye and no eyeball.
We're not
So,
laughing
yeah, so
at the
they
blind
send you
cat, we're
shit like
just
that, and you're
yeah.
like, "I don't understand," but
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. They need to
mm-mm.
yeah, we need a Cliff Notes we need a dummies version of how to live life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would have never come I would have nuh-uh,
No,
nope.
of course not. That's bananas. That
Yeah.
was they needed to yeah, they needed to come up with another one. We have the ability to communicate with spirit and get answers,
Mhm,
in ways that have shown us in real life that they're correct answers, and we'll talk
mhm,
about some of that too, some ways that Annie and I were practicing together when Annie learned how to use the dowsing rods, and
mhm,
for us to begin to trust them. She every day would get I used to own a pizza shop, and they would
mm,
give us the sales numbers every day, and
mhm.
it got to the point where I started to trust those numbers so much, I would make dough balls based on what they said, what spirit
Yeah.
said what our sales were gonna be that day.
Mhm.
We've had experiences that have been accurate in the human world, and then we've learned things that we can't know are true. We can't know if
Yeah.
they're real. We're not dead. We only can know
Yeah.
what spirit gives us. And
Mhm.
also sometimes, they've said I was gonna win the lottery one day and I didn't win it. So there you go.
Mhm. Yep.
So we're willing to be right, we're
Mhm.
willing to be wrong, but
Yep.
we are curious and we try to follow our purpose path the best of our ability in a world where people believe in God and going to church, but not things that you can't see. I don't understand. Right? You talk about
Yeah, I don't get
spirit
it either.
anyway, there's a
Yep.
contradiction there. which is fine. We'll
Yep.
talk about religion too, because I'll tell you, I was raised in the
Mhm.
church too. I got lots of things to say. So, welcome to Coffee, Tea,
Yes.
and
Hello.
Consciousness. We're going to sign off for now and we'll come back with another episode. We're going to have our first one on, Annie. We're really
Um,
Annie likes to be a fly by the seat. She's learning how to be a fly by the
mhm.
seat kind of gal, and I'm just going to follow her along.
Yeah.
So we don't know, actually. We have no
Yeah.
idea. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yep.
Because Annie's following a blind cat named Eddie that spirit gave her.
Like, that does sound so crazy.
That's super crazy. So if you love this kind of crazy, then follow along. We'd love to have you. It'll be super fun.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Alright.
Okay.
See
Signing
you.
off.